And I only say that because, like, the worst I had was pneumonia, and I was out 2 weeks for that. And I couldn't imagine, being down. And so I'm really praying for him and for that church. So let's keep them in prayer. We're going to go encourage them tonight. Tuesday, a group of us are going to El Paso, where William Barber and appreciatively admired her dad, her late dad, Dr. William Augustus Jones Jr. When you ever think of a homiletician's Hall of Fame, her dad is in that Hall of Fame. One of the great preachers of all time. Y'all are too young, but he preached for us in the 90s and wiped the house clean. Has a voice that sounds like God. And but he preached. I mean, he really preached and blessed us. And so he has some wonderful offspring, wonderful children. And at the top of his list of kids' pride and joy is Jennifer Jones Austin. Jennifer Jones Austin has a phenomenal testimony of how God has just shown up in her life. And she shared with us at 8 o'clock. She's here at this service, and she has books. She's going to be doing a book signing. After you hear her testimony, you're going to buy several books, okay? And God was so good in the first service. I had a few members come to me afterwards. They said, Pastor, I'm standing in line. I have cancer. And a sister next to me has cancer. And we just heard this. We need to get a support group going for those of us who got cancer in the church, all because of the testimony of this amazing sister. My cup runneth over. I am full. I am completely full. I'm full.
I could have sworn I've been recording. So you missed the whole intro, I think. Yeah, I could have sworn I'm recording. I'm wilding.
Point of thinking that I might burst. But I'm going to make some more room because I want to hear your pastor preach. And so there's some more room in me. Why am I so happy? Why am I so full? Why am I so excited? Because I'm with the people of God. I'm with people who have great faith and who act on their faith. Amen? So my daughter and I have come from Brooklyn, about 1,500 miles away, and it was a little bit of a journey to get here. We flew, but it might have taken a shorter period of time had we driven because there were some problems with the air travel. But I'm going to tell you that Brooklyn doesn't seem so far away on Sunday morning. I think I might be in Dallas just a little bit more often than I've been because Friendship West knows how to worship God authentically and in a way that honors Him and only Him. So thank you for this experience. You all, some of you may know me. I've never been here before, but I'm no stranger to Friendship West because many of you prayed for me 9 years ago, a little better than 9 years ago. I was stricken suddenly and unexpectedly with leukemia. I succumbed very quickly to a leukemia that I didn't even know was living in my body. It presented in a way that suggested it was a flu, maybe a virus. Woke up, feeling sick one morning, took my temperature, and learned that I had a very high temperature. I thought it was a flu. was a Friday, so I just kept moving through the day, took some Tylenol, believing everything would be all right. That night, nothing changed. I got in bed and just kind of tried to sleep it off. Nothing changed through the night. That Saturday morning, I went to the hospital. And at the hospital, the doctors looked at me and they said, looks like a virus. Take some Advil, go home, sleep it off, and you should be good to go in a couple of days. Monday came after I laid in the bed for about 48 hours. Nothing had changed for the better, changed for the worse. I couldn't see. My vision was taken from me. And that's when we knew it wasn't just a virus. Called my doctor up and she said, come on in and see me. And I went to see her. And the minute she looked at me and she said, I can't do anything for you. I need to call for an ambulance to take you to the hospital. I arrived in the hospital a short while later and the doctors went to work doing a battery of tests, trying to figure out what was the matter. And in less than 24 hours, they figured it out. The doctors came to my bedside and they told my husband and me, you have cancer. You have leukemia. And I looked back at that doctor and I said, so what do we do? I want you to hear me. I said, so what do we do? I'm not an amazing individual, but I didn't fall apart in that moment because somehow I knew that God had me. And so we just needed to figure out what did we need to do and get on with it. You understand? The doctor said they'd give me some chemotherapy. They said I'd be out of commission for just a short while, maybe 6 to 8 weeks. They'd give me the chemo and then I'd be back at it, back at what I do, working on behalf of vulnerable children and their families. I'd be back at it doing my social justice, anti-poverty work, running my organization. I'd be back at the gym. I'd be back at being my children's mommy, being my husband's wife. I'd be back at it. That was a Wednesday. That Thursday, my body began shutting down. The blood cancer started moving through my body and it entered my lungs, took away my ability to breathe. The doctors intubated me. They put a tube down my throat to help me breathe. Then they said that the cancer was moving out and it was affecting my liver, my kidney. So things were changing. By Friday, they told my husband I was going to die. Not in a week, not in 2 weeks, not in a month, not in 3 months. They said I was going to die that weekend.
Okay.
They told him I had a 99% chance of death. My children were 12 and 7 at the time, and so my husband reasoned with the doctors, and they agreed to let them come in and see me. They put me in a coma so that I wouldn't feel the pain and the agony of death. They brought my children in to see me, my husband did, and they looked at their mother through a glass window in a bed of ice. My body with tubes, stones stitched into my neck and my throat, giving me oxygen, helping me to breathe, giving me other supports, killing the pain. And everybody did what Christians do or should do. They prayed. My husband prayed, my mother prayed, my siblings prayed. They called our church, and our church community prayed, our friends prayed, and then they started reaching out farther beyond the New York City community, beyond the state. They started reaching out around the nation. And I'm told, I'm in a coma so I can't feel anything, but I'm told that the word went out that Bill Jones's daughter was in trouble in the community of prayer.
Shut up.
Well, the prayer warriors need to pray. And so prayers went up. And the doctors, too, prayed. They prayed with my family. And in addition to praying, they decided, give me some chemotherapy. Give this woman some chemotherapy. We don't think she's going to live, but what do we have to lose? So they gave me the chemotherapy, and I survived. Praise God, I survived. So I come out of my coma. I come out of the coma. I learned what I've been through. And my sister starts telling me about all the people who've been praying for me and been sending letters and cards. And somehow, I had the wherewithal to tell her, you know, this isn't about me. And she said, yes, it is. They've come for you. They're praying for you. They've sent these cards for you. And I said, no. This is bigger than me. Because somehow I knew, even in that dark moment, that if God was allowing me to go through this, it was for a reason bigger than me. And that reason revealed itself very quickly. I had cancer, an environmentally caused cancer. And chemotherapy put the cancer in remission, but it didn't take the cancer-making system out of my body. What was that system? The environmentally caused cancer left me with a broken chromosome, which made my bone marrow system and my blood-making system permanently damaged.